What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Yankees Avenue Show on the Yankees Avenue YouTube channel. As usual, I'm Patrick Hennessy. That's Dan Rourke. Dan, how are we doing on this grieving Sunday morning, I
I
guess?
mean, I'm dressed like it, bro. Yeah, man. We were just saying before the episode started how this very well probably will be our worst episode of all time, worst vibes of all time. And let me just say, dude, I was having a good ass night last night, like one of my best nights in a while. I was chilling. I had this one chick over, went out to some bars, and I don't really go to bars. That's how you know I'm vibing. I saw the Bader Homer live in the bar, and people were buying me drinks. Vibes were off the charts. And then it quickly turned into, I guess, honestly, dude, what I would consider probably the worst postseason loss that I've seen, and that includes Jose Altuve's walk off. At least in terms of the
Yeah.
way I felt after.
Yeah.
Awful. One of the worst nights of my life. Not doing well, Pat. How are you?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Kind of like similar situation to you. Like my vibes were astronomically high. And then the ninth inning implosion happens, and the Yankees end up losing. And I literally just sat down for a solid 5 minutes. It's like I wasn't even mad. You know what I mean? I just sat down. I was in shock. Like, but also at the same time, emotionless. Like I'm numb to moments like this, just because it seems to happen every single year. The Yankees seem to find a new way to choke in the playoffs every single year. And we talked about it last night, like instant reaction. I was like, yo, I gotta
You were the
FaceTime
first
Dan
person I
real quick.
called or talked to. Yeah.
And I don't know, bro. It's just at some point it gets really, really, really frustrating to just see the Yankees lose like this in the playoffs every single season. And thankfully they do have an opportunity tonight and tomorrow to redeem themselves. However, it shouldn't have gotten to this point. It shouldn't have gotten to we're now facing elimination to the Cleveland Guardians. Garrett Cole has to pitch the game of his life tonight. And then we'd be relying on what Domingo Herman and the bullpen for game five. It just seems like no matter what we do as fans, no matter every postseason we go into, with hopes that it's gonna be different this year, it never seems to be different. So it's like I'm taking the rest of this postseason now, and I'm going through it with the lowest expectations possible, just so they can't let me down anymore. I'm done this postseason being like, oh, this is the year we're winning the World Series. It's gonna be different this year. I'm done with that. Now I'm just setting the bar low as hell and just seeing what they could do for me.
Yeah, I agree with so much of everything you just said. There's a lot that you said I want to hit on. First of all, you mentioned how you went numb after, every year's the same thing, constant disappointment. Dude, after that last night, because of the same thing of like every single year disappointment, it was anger for me, man. Like I was going off, and I'm not sure anybody who saw the Yanks Ave live, which has since been taken down, but to kind of channel that a little bit, I put so much effort into this team every single year, would give my life for them. I really would. Like ultimately, there's family, there's friends, there's the main things in life that I care about. The Yankees are up there. Sad as it might be, like they're they're part mostly why I wake up in the morning. So when that is the case, and we get to another October where, although it's not over yet, if it does end tonight, if it does end tomorrow, it's this might be honestly, I feel like the most disappointing. Am I crazy for saying that? The most disappointing October we've had of the Baby Bombers era, if we end up getting bounced in
No,
this
I mean,
ALDS.
I wouldn't. I can't say that you're wrong. We've definitely had like a more disappointing postseason runs. It just all feels the same to me at this point. You know what I mean? I can't even be like, oh, this one's more disappointing than others, just because it all feels the same. Every single postseason has seemed to end with like one of our relievers choking in a big moment, and that's that. And it's weird because usually what ties in with that is the offense going MIA, right? Last night the offense actually looked really good.
Yeah,
Judge finally back. Bader with a big home run. Bro, Oswaldo with an all-time pimp job. And unfortunately, none of that matters now. Like none of that matters.
yeah, and I'll take the one little ounce of optimism I have left is when I woke up this morning, because you go to bed last night and it's almost like with how down we were, it's like it feels like the series is over, and some of you may think it is, and at this point, I ain't even go all crazy on you because the vibes are that low, but wake up this morning, remember, all right, we do still have a ball game tonight. We're down 2-1. Win tonight. And we talked about it for game one. Boy, is it the case times two tonight. this is why we signed Garrett Cole. This is a legacy game for Garrett Cole, and I'm very hyped for that. And we cannot have a 6 inning 2 run good start from Garrett Cole. No, you need to dominate. It needs to be like at least like a 7 inning or an 8 inning start, 1 run, 2 runs, lead us to a victory. Win tonight, game 5, anything can happen. I still consider us a better team without a doubt. And also, I mean, Clark definitely didn't do a great job or a good job last night, but the Indians, man, or the Guardians, it almost makes it more frustrating. Like they didn't really get many hard hits either, dude. Like the way
It's
they
just how
play
they play,
baseball is
bro.
frustrating as fuck, dude. It really, really is. And for that reason, I still consider us to be the better team. Like I don't think they proved that they were better than us necessarily yesterday. The only thing you can kind of really point to is, and I guess we should touch on it, the Clay Holmes thing. Like, how do you feel about that? I mean, I think he should have
Yeah,
been in the game, but Clark should still be good enough to be able to get outs. So I don't really blame Boone all that much. But when you factor in the whole miscommunication thing, that's where Boone is at fault. When you have Clay Holmes saying he was available, ready to go, and then Boone saying he can't use him in back-to-back days and saying that they basically weren't on the same page, and then you have Luis Severino kind of calling out Boone, not a good look. And I'm a Boone
no,
guy. Not a good look
no,
at all.
dude, a horrible look actually. Like you said before, dude, after the game, I went out. I went to this bar, and on one of the TVs when I was there, I saw them interviewing Clay Holmes. Bro, the dude looked distraught. Like he actually like he didn't look well.
There
So
was somebody zoomed in and there was a tear falling from his eye, dead ass.
dude, it's actually a little bit messed up. And I'm not like the biggest Clay Holmes guy. However, like the Yankees view him as their closer, right? So we're in the postseason. You have to go with your closer in that situation. And listen, I probably would have preferred to lose that game with Clay Holmes on the mound rather than Schmidt. Especially, I think Boone said something about like Clay was only going to be coming in an emergency situation. That's also a horrible look, bro.
Especially because that is an emergency situation.
Dude, that's the definition of an emergency situation. Bases loaded in the playoffs. You lose this game, you're down 2-1 in the series. And I guess now we're kind of like looking at the grand scheme of things. And let's say hypothetically the Yankees do lose tonight or they do lose tomorrow and they get bounced in the first round by Cleveland, the Cleveland Guardians, bro. Um, I I don't know how Aaron Boone's job is still secure at that point. We're looking at a guy who has failed to bring the Yankees to the World Series. Dude, we haven't made to the World Series with a team that's been highly capable of doing so since 2018 when he came on board. So it's like I don't know how one man's job could be so secure with zero success.
Yo, what's up, guys? Dan here. Brief interruption to let you know that our friends over at Best Jersey Throwbacks are having an insane deal. Buy 3, get 1 free sale for a limited time. They have all our favorite Yankee players like Aaron Judge, Derek Jeter, Oswaldo Cabrera, and many, many more. Also, have other MLB teams as well. So if you're looking for players like Shohei Ohtani, Julio Rodriguez, and many more, you also got NBA jerseys, NFL, NHL, and even custom jerseys as well. So why spend over $150 on jerseys when you can buy them for $50 or less at bestjerseythrowbacks.com and get 4 jerseys for the price of 1? They provide an affordable buying experience for fans passionate about their favorite players and teams. Your purchase also comes with a tracking number and 24-hour customer service. Click the link in the description to check them out. You will not regret it.
The way I almost see it is, granted, it didn't end up working out for him, but I look at the Girardi game in ALDS Game 2 against the Guardians in 2017, where after he didn't challenge a call that was like where
The
Gary
hit by
got
pitch.
hit by pitch or something like
Yeah.
that. And then, the Yankees ended up going on to win the World Series, and Girardi afterwards, like, they had my back.
Wait, no,
I
no, no. They didn't go on to win the World Series.
Did I say win the World Series? The Yankees, let me just repeat that. Yankees went on to win the series.
Yeah.
And people kind of forgot about it. And I feel like that can happen here with Boone. But if we don't get eliminated tonight, get eliminated tomorrow, people are going to remember that 9th inning. And while I don't think his job is going to be lost, I think he's back next year no matter what. Even myself, man, being a Boone guy, I feel a little bit different now. I really do. And it's not a matter of performance versus performance, how Schmidt would have done versus how Holmes would have done. It's the miscommunication thing. When you have your closer saying he was ready to go, and then Boone says he wasn't, and then you have other players criticizing him for that move, that's not a good look whatsoever, man. It really isn't.
Yeah, bro. It's just the point, like I said before, I'm emotionless to it. I feel like I'm kind of numb to the situation. And I'm kind of just I'm hoping for the best at this point. Like I don't really have like anything more to say about the situation. Like there's a reason I didn't like go live last night after the game. There's a reason that we didn't like record immediately after the game, just because it's gotten to a point where it's like I'm done sacrificing things in my life for this team. And I don't think that that's an overreaction, but it's like, yo, like we put in so much time, so much effort into like covering this team on like a daily basis. And then just to be straight up heartbroken every year. And don't get me wrong, season is not over. However, mentally, it feels like it. And mentally, I'm going to go through the rest of the postseason feeling like that just so I don't get super hurt again. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a toxic relationship, bro.
Yeah. And
We're in a toxic relationship with the New York Yankees.
100%. But it's a toxic relationship that I will always be a part of, and that's when I was sitting outside this window last night, sitting out there on Yankees Ave Live, and I was saying to myself, like, they do this to me every single year, but I'll always be there. Opening day next year, man. Me and you will probably do a nice pregame show, jolly as hell. You know what I'm saying? So
but
it's frustrating. But let me just say this too, like, and I kind of said this before, but the series, it's not over. Win tonight. Anything can happen tomorrow. Who's starting tomorrow, by the way? I guess it would be
Herman, I guess.
Herman or is Tyone. Tyone's probably would be good to go. I mean, he threw
maybe out of the bullpen, probably.
It would probably be. I feel like no matter who starts, you're trying to get like maybe 4 innings out of them and then go pen game. But I don't know. We'll see. Cole tonight has to ball up. Still a better team. Try to win the series, but can't even lie. Like, I'm not exactly expecting that at this point.
Yeah, no, same. I'm not expecting them to win this series. So if they did, I'd be astronomically happy. But one thing I do want to say, and obviously if they do get eliminated, we'd go a little bit more in depth on this. But if they do lose the series, I want everything blown up. I hate to be like one of those fans. I want an entirely new team next year. I would love a new manager next year. Like, because you can't just have a season like this, get eliminated like that, and just run it back next season. Like IKF continuing to be a huge problem. Don't get me wrong. He made a huge play in the ninth to save the game before they gave it up. But IKF has got it. Like, dude, I know Volpe is like coming up soon. Whatever. I'm not going to go too in depth in it because we'll go in depth all off season. But if they do lose this ALDS, I need to see like something brand new next year.
I'm with you. I want Judge back for sure. I think he's still a piece to build around, especially with Volpe coming up. I think it'd be great to have like Judge be the centerpiece guy with Volpe on the rise too. But yeah, no, I'm over this. I really am. But we'll get there at some point. Hopefully that episode doesn't come, for another couple of weeks, but might be tomorrow. Who the fuck knows? All right.
Literally. Isn't that insane?
It's absolutely insane. And once again, I want to apologize for like this is probably the worst episode I'll ever have. Hungover as hell, sad as hell, depressed as hell. But hey, we got a ball game tonight.
Like one thing to also like keep in mind, I still have never had a hangover before. Never, bro.
I used to be that way. And then, dude, last night was nuts. Like I said, people were buying me drinks and shit. And like, I can't say no to that. So, yeah. Dude, the worst part about it too was when the Yankees were up, this one Mets fan was in there, had money on the Guardians. And I was like, yo, Guardians come back and win this shit, bro. I'll buy you 2 shots because I was still confident as fuck. So, like, after they lost, not only was I miserable, but I had to like hang around like 5 to 10 minutes because I'm a man of my word to buy this guy his 2 shots. He was cool as hell, but
what kind of shots?
Green tea shots, which is what I was drinking.
Dude, green tea shots are insane.
They're basically water.
No, like, dude. They taste.
That's
so
why
good,
I
whatever.
look the way I do right now. That's gonna do with this episode, though. I guess. Any final thoughts? I don't know.
Final thoughts are win tonight. I still won't feel happy. Win tomorrow, I'll feel a little bit happy. But going into a series with Houston, I have absolutely zero faith in this team. So I mean, listen, whatever happens. But at this point, I have zero confidence and I have zero expectations.
Fuck it, Yanks in 5. We'll see you guys next time. Drop a comment.
Yanks in 5.
Yanks in 5. Drop a like, drop a comment, rate, review, subscribe. I can't even fucking talk. Jesus Christ. Let's get out of here. See you guys next time. Let's go, Yankees.